looks like I've got everything figured out again. I'm going to just move this over a little bit. There we go. And try and fit this in as much as possible. All right. So hope everybody's doing good. This is probably my third and last session with this Hotel Nazareth. I hope my paint hasn't dried up too much. You guys are doing good. And if you're joining me for the first time, hey. So while I'm setting up here, I had started this upside down, and this was a fun session, and I've had to make some adjustments based on what I've been painting, and some other small details, like the light I had was just a little too close, and I'm hoping when I make this as a time lapse that this will go smoothly. So yeah, that's where we are right now. And so I'm gonna be going over. So today is detail day. Today is going to be where putting in all the details and having some fun. And all right, good. That's not dried out too bad. Yeah, it's a little bit. We'll just move that down there and scrape up what we can. And I've got another one that I've been working on. I got to start on it, and I'll probably work on it some tonight before I go back to that or tomorrow night. I was thinking about doing a live stream with that, but I was working with water solubles, and that unfortunately I just couldn't wait. So we shall see about that. But hope everybody's doing good. Let's just see here. I'm just going to check the paints to make sure that nothing's too. Yeah, that's good. Dried out. I haven't touched this since last Sunday, so I've been good. Haven't played around with it too much. Okay, everything looks good there. Yeah, that looks good. That's good. It's been cold in here too, so yeah. So that's that. I got some extra paint here as well, so I need to. We'll add more. I just need to get my scraper, which I hope I didn't lose at the drawing group. There it is. It's all hidden away. So let me just make sure that my account is going live here. Okay, it says it's going live. And I'm just going to double check here to make sure. Yep, looks good. Hey everyone, so I'm going to put in text everyone. And we'll begin. Alright, so if you've got any questions, I'm going to be watching this as well. It looks good there, so yeah, so there we go. Let's go ahead and scrape all this crap off and get going here. Hope everybody's been doing well this week. I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited that I believe it is 5 more weeks till spring forward. So correct me if I'm wrong. If you live in the continental United States, with the exception of Hawaii and maybe Alaska, I think also New Mexico doesn't follow, or is it Arizona? I can't remember. They don't follow that nonsense. I am looking forward to, because I like longer days. I like the days in the afternoon. So let's begin. Need my note. Here it is, up here. So I was hoping I would get to work on my. I was hoping I'd get to work on the garage a little bit more before I kind of give everybody a tour of what's been going on with the garage. But for now, it'll just have to suffice with what you see now. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's see here. So imagine next Sunday, I'll probably do a little bit earlier time because everybody knows that nobody's going to be watching me when they can watch the Super Bowl. Let me get my reference photo up on the TV here. And so, yeah, it ought to be interesting to say the least. We've got, there we go. So if anybody sees, if you have a question, I'm going to try and watch the comments in there, and if not, if you just want to alert, go ahead, be my guest. So we're going to add some details, do some fun stuff, and then we're going to probably, you know, I think for the most part the painting will be done. I might do some small stuff, but nothing, I don't think major. So maybe what I'll do is see about maybe doing a little portrait demo, or I'm not sure what the next subject that I'll do, but we'll see. I'm looking forward to this. There's going to be a lot more of these. I've also got that's a little too bright. Let's darken it down. I also have I want to do some more plein air videos. That's kind of why I've been waiting for spring forward, to say the least. So, pardon me. So yeah, let's just make sure that I can hear myself. Yeah, and so, yeah, I'm looking forward to spring forward, and so it ought to be good. And then I can do some more plein air videos. So, and I got to figure out another way for the microphone, because the way I've got it now, the microphone's a little bit further away than I would like. And I'm almost considering getting one of those Bluetooth lavaliers. I've been thinking about it, you know, but today I was pricing out shelves to hang some of my work on the walls because I got a studio show studio sale I'd like to do, and to get the most work up in the studio, I was thinking about rebuilding the shelves or building new shelves, modified shelves, so I can hang some work up that's either, you know, that's small and as well as large, and also to have some place to put works up that are drying, so to speak. So we're just going to work on this cop car a little bit. And so, and I think too, my thought on this is it's still a little dark. So I've got to figure out the areas of where I want to really pop. And I know this is going to pop. And we might as well take care of that now. We'll get that to pop a little bit more. And yeah, so. Let's see here. I'm not sure this is a good brush. It's just not the right brush. Sometimes you get a new brush and you get so anxious to use it, and then you realize, no, that's not really the brush I need. Yeah. Let's see here. All right, let's try this brush. There, it's a little bit better. Make that pop out a little bit more. Let's see here. What else is new? Um, I think I was telling everybody last time that I've been juried into a non-juried event um, due to winning the quick draw last year at Gloucester Plein Air, and it's an invitational. That's why I said I was juried in, because I didn't realize it at the time. I just went there to go paint, but I got lucky enough to be chosen for the community artist first place, and I did not realize it at the time that the award for winning community artist was you get to come back as an invited artist. So that was fun. And so I'll be doing Gloucester. I did not apply to Easton this year because I've just got too many things, and I really wanted my summer to be relaxed, and what's it called? Probably going to do something with my in-laws during that time. They have a special anniversary coming up, so that definitely deserves time. And I've been to Easton a few times now, so I can skip 1 year. I'll live. Although I am going to be thinking about all my friends that are going to be there, and I'm really happy for those that did get in. It's a huge deal. And if I do get back in time, I'll try and make the quick draw, because I'm always looking to. I like the quick draw event. I hate it and I love it. I hate it because I'm terrified of it. But yeah. Let's see here. What else is new? I'm not sure quite yet. What to think about? I will just say that this is going to be the year of me doing YouTube. This another reason why I've really tamped down on the other plein air events. This is going to be my year that I do a lot of YouTube. I want to push this as far as I can. And if it means that I don't do the plein air events, so that I can focus more time on this, then so be it. But let's see here. Hope everybody's having fun. And if you want to know about the next time, I think the best thing really to do is to just subscribe. I've tried my email list about notifications, but really it's the best thing really is just to subscribe, and I believe you should get an email about when I do go live. I think problematic for me putting notice last minute is, how would you say, I've had a little bit of technical difficulties with the YouTube. Oh boy. Yeah. So, and I know that if you've been following me for a little bit, I was trying to straddle the YouTube and Facebook and what's called Twitch, and it just was really just too much to handle. And so now that YouTube has put out their app, is just, for the most part, minus a few hiccups here and there, their app just works way better than the other ones that I've found when I was trying Streamlabs. Streamlabs I think is still for the most part a decent app, but their phone app really had some problems, and they just didn't resolve it. And so I said, let me just focus on YouTube, because YouTube was really getting much more developed at the time. So let's see here. What else is new? I think one of my long-term goals, and I think one of my long-term goals I think, and why the reason I'm trying to do a lot of YouTube is I want to travel to do my plein air work, and I'm thinking that, I don't have plans per se, but I'm thinking that maybe YouTube could provide some assistance in helping me get to some of these places to travel to paint. And one of those that I have on my number one list as places to go paint is the Philippines. And yeah, that's my number one place to. I would love to be able to go back and do some painting there. Um, Definitely would love to go there and do some plein air painting, and just make a giant, really kick-ass video about it. Because it's truly an amazing place, beautiful, so many cool things, especially the stuff that I like to paint. There's just so many cool things to paint there. More things than you can shake a stick at. And I'm still going through some of my old film, um, and I'm looking for subjects to paint for YouTube. So I'll be doing some, um, oil paintings based on some of my travels from over 20 years ago. I can't believe it's been over 20 years ago, but yeah, would love to go again. It's just a beautiful place. Also on my to-do list, Scotland. Would love to go to Scotland to do some plein air painting. Yeah, definitely there. I would say another to-do list would be Portugal and Spain, and yeah, Portugal and Spain definitely would love to go there and do some plein air painting. Just love the architecture that Spain has to offer. Just amazing stuff there. So let's see what we can do here to help get some highlights out that I wasn't really seeing last time. And try to get it. Oh, that's a little too heavy-handed there. So I think one of the things I'm going to have. Yeah, that's a little bit better. One of the things that I'm really not sure is this area's bugging me, and I've built it up and I destroyed it. And so that's going to be one of my ones to figure out tonight is I've got to problem solve this, and I'm not quite sure the best way to do it yet. But that's what we're going to do, is try to problem solve. And I don't want to spell this out. I think that's another thing that I'm really bugged about, was just ending up over painting it to want to kind of give this idea of it's there, you can kind of make it out, but I don't want to overdo it. And that's such a tricky thing for me sometimes. Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I also have another San Francisco scene that I would love to do, that I am going to do. I've been working it out in Photoshop as far as the trying to simplify it, the subject matter. And it's a Powell Street, and I've attempted to do it before and with disastrous results. And it's going to be a big painting. I'm not sure yet if I'll do it. If I'll do a live sessions with that. It's just massive. I want to do a massively big one, but I'm going to probably do some small studies. So if anything, I'll do the small studies, and then I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if anybody has any interest in that. I got a question here. Painting. Oh yeah. So I'm not the only one who's painting in Scotland is on their bucket list. Yeah, that would. That's definitely, I think, a really cool place. I just imagine just going all those old castles, Edinburgh, the old towns, the buildings. Um, one of my favorite movies is Werewolf in London. I believe they're in the old. They starts off with these guys hitchhiking in the was it the moors of Scotland and or something like that. And I think the town folk don't be out on the moors at night or something like that. And of course, what do you think they do? They go out on the moors at night. Of course, because it's a horror movie. You got to do that. So, and how would you say it? Werewolf of London, you kind of know what happens. Um, you kind of know what happens to those guys, or at least you kind of know what happens when they say don't go to the moors at night. They're going to go to the moors, something bad's going to happen, and that's why it's a horror movie. Speaking of movies, I guess I could not. I have a record, a minute record collection, but one of my records that I got from family was a record soundtrack from the 1978 movie FM, and I'd never seen the movie because, well, it was rated R back then, and I was probably 7, so that was for good reason why I didn't see the movie. But I was listening to the soundtrack the other day. I was like, why have I not ever seen this movie? And then it dawned on me. It's like, well, let me go look it up. And I couldn't find it anywhere. I could not find that movie anywhere. And then so I did some searching on YouTube. Maybe there was, just to see if there was like something. And lo and behold, I don't know how long it'll be up there, but lo and behold, somebody had ripped the movie to YouTube, and it is the what's it called, full movie. There's a couple spots where the audio goes silent, but you kind of get the gist of it. But yeah, it wasn't the worst movie, but it was interesting to watch, and I would say is that it was kind of a cool movie because of the fact that there's almost no part in the movie where there isn't a song playing. And as one guy who made a YouTube feature about it, he basically said that, in 1978, the copyright laws changed and it got very expensive to have a movie chopped full of hit record songs. And I was like, wow. I said, I did not know that. And but yeah, apparently in 1978 the copyright laws changed, and so for better or worse, songs on songs being played in a movie, it got very expensive to do that. We know how Hollywood loves to pay for special effects, but they don't want to pay artists royalties for their work. So I think what happened was is that at that point, then the movie studios they started hiring people to do the soundtracks, which makes total sense now that I think about it. But yeah, it's an average movie with an exceptional soundtrack. And I have to go. I'm probably going to go watch it again just so I can make sure that I make a playlist with all the songs that are featured, because the album has quite a lot of songs on it, but I'm not sure it has all the songs that were actually played in the movie. And I mean, literally, it has all the hits, of 1978 in there, which is kind of cool because I remember listening to that record growing up, and it was really cool. So, and if you're just joining me, this is my third session and hopefully final session with this. I don't know how long I'm going to keep at this. If this is going to be, I'm in a perfect world, I'd like it to be just about an hour on here, and so that would tap because I plan to make a time-lapse video of this, and if I make a time-lapse video, it's gonna take a while to do all of the. It's just definitely gonna take a while for me to work on getting that. I think I've got probably. I'm not sure. Maybe 4 to 5 hours on here, maybe less. I just can't remember if these were 2-hour sessions or if these were 1-hour sessions. I just don't remember at this point, so you'll have to forgive me. But yeah, and so if you have a subject matter you'd like me to paint, or ideas, I should say suggestions. There's no guarantees on this, but if you have any suggestions, I'm definitely open to them as far as something to paint. And let's see here. We're gonna try to paint this area here. Make it just a little bit brighter, but not overly bright. Put a little bit of blue in there somewhere. And maybe a touch of red. So, I've been trying to figure out how I could get the this to where you can see everything and it fit on the size. And I'm kind of lately I've been wanting to paint bigger, so, and looser, and I kind of did it this summer. Got a little sidetracked, did not get as much as I'd like to get done. But I figure with a little swift kick in the butt in the new year that I could, now that I've got the garage / studio, that this would be a better time to try that. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Let's see if we can. There. Let's see here. I'm gonna pop this a little bit more, but I'm not quite sure where to do it. That's interesting. So I've been painting in a chair because I've had some foot problems that makes it very hard for me to stand for hours on end. But now that things are getting a little bit better, so I think we'll see as things get better whether I'll try standing or I'll continue. I'm not sure yet. Remains to be seen. So I like the idea of standing because then I can step back, and that's another reason I thought about having a lav mic, so that people I can move around and the microphone is just as clear no matter where I go. So there's been some thought on that. I just don't know if that'll pan out. try and figure out one of the things about this is I wanted to make sure that I simplified things as much as possible and have some kind of insinuate this stuff without having to spell it out, but I've been having a little trouble with that, getting it the way I want it. The angle, I think the angle has been what has been getting me. So trying to find the right how do you say, the right lines without over spelling it out there. Because there's a how do you say, there's a fire escape up here, and I don't want to overdo it, so I want to make sure I rough this up a little bit. I think that's one of the things that lately I've been admiring a lot of painters that insinuate a lot without over, how do you say, spelling it all out. So let's see here. Yeah. So this area here needs to go darker too, but before I do that, I'm gonna just put a couple lines for the fire escape. There. Maybe go a little bit darker over here. I'm not sure. But yeah, I definitely want something to go. I want to need to get a little bit more Liz Crimson. So let's get that out. I've got some here on the palette. Let's just scoop that out instead. There we go. All right. All right, there we go. We'll see here. Okay. So if you have a question about my painting method, or want to know, how I'm doing certain things, or how I started out, feel free to ask away. Totally open for questions. And don't worry, I won't mention your name. I'll just answer the question. I'll read the question, but I'll just answer it. So, what's here? I think. Trying to find areas to create some mystery around this fire escape. I'm still on the fence about what I'm going to paint next. I just don't know yet. But I took a brayer in here earlier, last session, and pretty much destroyed a lot of the details that I'd worked on because I just wasn't happy with it. And I felt it was just overworked. So, well, I hope you guys, thank you for giving me feedback about the night scenes. I'm looking to do some plein air ones, especially if I get some warm weather come up a little bit, and then do some recorded live scenes. I wouldn't say live streams, but just plein air at night, recorded. I almost feel like I want to put a little bit of let's put some green in there because I've got everything else, but I don't have a green in there, and I think it really needs a green. Let's see if I can just. Yeah. Interesting. Not quite there. Maybe darker. Yeah, maybe darker. Maybe a little bit more muddier. Let's throw some orange in there just to mud it up. Because I want it. I don't want it to scream out. And then let's darken it up maybe a little bit. Let's see if we can kind of insinuate that there's a curtain. I don't know if that's working. I don't think so. So let's dumb it down a little bit. There, maybe that might work. But it's got to get, I don't know, I feel like there's got to be a little bit of brightness in there maybe. Sometimes having it not so even is good, but then sometimes it just is I don't know. These are things that you won't know till you really put it in there. So, not sure. Maybe we could put a little bit of a hint there. Yeah, now that kind of gives that whole depth a little bit. I think that's working. So, I don't know. I may tone it down a little bit more. We'll play it like that. So, all right. How are we doing on time? Yeah, so I got about 20 minutes. I think that we're gonna leave this. No use in there's just really is no use in adding too much because then it's gratuitous. It just doesn't feel like it belongs there. So let's see about maybe adding some faint details. Put ever faint rather than spelling the whole damn thing out. And then I like the idea of ghosted lines here and there without spelling everything out. Yeah, that's a little bit better. I think because I also had the light up here too close. It was just giving too much reflection for the setup. So as I keep doing these streams, I'll probably keep tweaking these. Maybe I'll get my umbrella lights to help soften it up a little bit. So I don't get this harsh light up here. Well, that's the one thing I've noticed with live streaming. It doesn't quite come out. So we'll see. But yeah, if I had maybe the soft lights, that'll work. Thanks. I appreciate the comment about the green being there. I was just trying to balance it out. It's not always easy to have good color. I'm having my students do limited color palettes, and this week they did an orange, which with a green orange leaf, and they did a phenomenal job. Although some of them complained about like, "Oh, I hate this," but you know, they did exactly what I wanted them to do, which is learn how to mix colors, mix the secondary colors with the primaries, and get a little bit more comfortable in doing so without, how do you say, without having to, you know, rely on just using a tube of orange, um, or using a tube of green, and then they start to get the hang of. I thought I had another glove here, but I guess I busted it. It's in my pocket. Look at that. Well, it's a broken glove in my pocket, so that's yeah, that really helps out. Not that's all right. I'll just use this one to smudge it. There. Just don't. I want something there, but I don't want. I want it pushed back. And I don't want. I don't want everything spelled out. But yeah, the goal is to have them. You know, use just the primary colors to mix and to paint something that's full color, without having to rely on all these different tubes and then end up with a nastiness of garbage. I think the term I said, I didn't want them to paint something that looked like Fruity Pebbles barf, so to speak. Let's see about putting a little bit of, I don't know if that was necessary. There. Yes, it was. It was necessary. It worked out. Sometimes they don't work out, but yeah. Let's see if we can put a little bit of a glow here. Straighten that sign out a little bit. It's a little crooked. There. That's a little bit better. And I feel like I still need to get an orange pop in there. Just a tad bit in there. See if I can put it in there without overdoing it. There. That's better. Yeah. That's funny how just doing that really gets that stoplight to really push out. Now I can focus on spreading it out a little bit further with a little bit, I don't know, maybe I need to go a little darker then. Let's see here. Maybe I'll just smudge it. There, that's all I needed. It's funny, you get all worked up about something and then you put the stroke in and it's like, yeah, stop. It's a hard thing I've found is I don't know always when to stop, and I've always been of the opinion it's better to overwork it and risk failure so that rather than stopping when you're not quite sure you understand why you needed to stop. If that makes any sense at all. I would work on stuff and people would be like, stop, you're done. And I'm like, no, I don't know I'm done. You might think I'm done, but I don't know I'm done. And if it means ruining the painting, then, you know, maybe that's the lesson I need to learn so that I get a sense of when to truly stop. So we got 8:45, so I don't know if anybody's still watching. I had plans to put a figure here, but I don't know. I really don't know. I feel like if I put a figure here, it's gonna be too much. Sometimes you put a figure in something and it works, and if I put it here, I don't know. There's something that isn't. I comped it in digitally, and I was thinking, that might be interesting, but I feel like if I put a figure in here, it's just going to be too busy. It's going to be too gratuitous. So I'll continue working on there. But if you are listening and, tell me your thoughts. Do you think I should put a figure in here, or do you think I should just leave this as is? I'm curious to see what you guys think. I think I'll end up putting my signature here, so I'll leave that little blank. Just put a little bit there. Maybe put some green in here, just a little bit back here. Just little splotches to kind of yeah, there we go. Yeah, so what do you guys think? Should I put a figure in there? No figure. Okay, so one vote for no figure. Anybody else? Let me know what you think. Figure, no figure. I'm thinking this one is not the appropriate. I tried it and I liked it, but then now as I'm working on this, I think it's just a little too much. I think it'd be just too busy. But, I'm open for feedback. I just think the way that this is right now, it's not it. Oh, okay, so I got two comments that say no figure, and one that says sign figure here. But I just feel like because I've got this here, if I just pop in a little bit of orange in there, that maybe that's all I need. Because now I do have another painting of the same subject that I think would definitely would serve better for the figure. And I regret not starting a silhouetted cross figure. The only problem is I thought about the silhouette, but the problem is that the cop's headlights, and if the cop's headlights are on a figure, I mean, it's just going to light that figure up. It would not jive scientifically for anybody. They were just like, no, what is that? How are they silhouetted? At least I haven't figured that out, that I think it would work with me if I saw it. I think I would have problems with it. So I think that's part of my reasoning for no figure. So I think, and then just putting that door across the street, I think is really kind of the way to go. So, I think, let's see here. Anybody else? So, yeah. All right. Something there, just to, it's got smudge. Kill the detail there. There. That's better. We need a little bit sharper line here. This might be a time for the palette knife. Yeah. So, and let's see, what are we doing now? Oh, we got 10 minutes. We got plenty of time. Plenty of time. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to, oh, no. Let's put some more brown in there. The blue's too wacky. It's got to be darker. Put a little bit of alizarin crimson in here. Let's get it back to dark. There we go. So I was watching, not watching, I was looking at I was looking at some Edward Seago, and he usually he does these beautiful English countryside. He does these beautiful countryside scenes with open air, but he did this one, I'm pretty sure it looked like in China or Japan. Pardon, I don't know. I'm going to guess and say Hong Kong. And man, he's got this just beautiful street scene, and all it is just these approximated brushstrokes. They're just fantastic. And I've got it saved in my favorites, and I'm like, man, that would be so cool to get to that level for some of these. It's abstracted, to be sure, but it is absolutely phenomenal the way he's done it. And I don't even know how big it is. I probably should go look again, but it is one of my top 100 favorite paintings. And top 100 doesn't sound very generous, but when you consider how many favorite paintings I have saved in my digital collection, it is definitely, that's saying a lot, because I have thousands upon thousands of paintings that I've saved over the years and downloaded and put it into my favorite categories, and it is quite massive. I know that sometimes I'll go looking for inspiration, and then it's like 2-3 hours later and I realize I haven't done anything because I've just been looking at fantastic paintings. And then I'm like, I got to get work done because I've spent too much time looking at inspiration. All right. So I don't know how. Yeah, I don't want to do too much more than that, but I almost feel like I need to push that back. There, that's a little bit better. I'm going to look at it from a distance here. Yeah, that works pretty good. All right, we've got 6 minutes left, right? 6 minutes. Let's see here. Now I've done a couple of the same scene where there's figures here, and I've got another photo where there's figures here. I just feel like if I put figures here, it's just going to be so jumbled up. And maybe what I'll do is I'll just put some saran wrap over top of it later on after it dries, and I'll try it out, or I'll just take a photo of it and then do it in Procreate. I'm not sure, but I just know right now I don't think it's there yet. I'm gonna try and get a little bit of the tweak on the back of the police car here. So I want to get and then just to kind of give it that cool glow. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Oh, of course, I've got to get the bumper reflection. So right underneath here. Yep. There. Let's go to the next one. And it's got to be darker. Let's go a little bit of alizarin crimson there. And just throw there, like that. It was a little tough painting this thing upside down when I first started. So if you're joining, when I do the time lapse, it's going to be, this thing is going to start upside down, which is kind of funny when I think about it. Yeah, definitely kind of funny that it starts out. I'm going to put the little glow, the window reflection here. Yeah, there we go. Things are starting to feel like they're coming together. That's really nice when that happens. It doesn't happen often. So, and I think I'll put some writing in here, but I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. Just put some random lines in here because it just feels like it needs it. Try to be random with it. Not over. Spell it out, which is tough because sometimes I think the more I paint, the more I realize that you say more with less, but saying it with less is so hard. Yeah, that's better. I think I'm going to go orange in with this. We'll see. Add a little bit of white. Now, when I was first starting out, I would literally try and write that out, and I'm just like, oh, no, don't bother. It's. I mean, unless it's like something like this, don't bother with the lines. It's the getting the text. It's too much, especially when you see someone like Edward Seago nail it without doing so. It's, it just blows me away. And it's like you get an idea of what he's after, but he's not hitting you over the head with the spelling of it. I'm going to try and tighten it up a little bit there. And then let's dumb it down just a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Just throwing a little bit of yellow, orange. There we go. So, how are we doing on time? Oh, okay, we got one more minute. So yeah, let's make this one count. Let's hope this is it. Yeah, that's way better. And just a little bit of a touch down here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I think I want to put something over there. So we'll just, for the sake of going over time, I still have one more minute, so to speak. This isn't Iron Chef or anything where I have to throw down my brushes and stop once the time is over. But let's do that, and then I think we'll call this quits. I may touch it up a little bit more. I might touch it up a little bit more, but I think this will be it, and then I'll post up. I'll post up the. I'll post up the final. Yeah, there we go. And let's put a little bit more hot pink around the sign on the side. So see if I can get a little bit right over here. That might be too much. And maybe just touch up a little bit with yellow. Let's destroy. Yeah, let's destroy a little bit too much. Yeah, sometimes you just get too much in there and it takes away from everything. So that's why I kind of like the idea of destroying a little bit. And let's mud this down a little bit. We'll put a little bit of a highlight there. Yeah. And of course there's going to be a little bit of a highlight here. Yeah, let's go. And let's dumb it down. That's got to be red. Let's make it red. Push it back a little bit. Maybe too much red, but let's see here. Yeah. And then a little bit of yellow just there. There we go. Now in reality, there's going to be something here too, and I don't know what to do about it. So let's fix that before we mosey on. And we'll cut this off here. Oops. All right, let's see if we can knock that back just a little bit. And then yeah, it's coming along. So 9:04. I think there's probably a few things I'm going to touch up, but I think that this is much, much, much better than I'd hoped for as far as getting something a little bit more defined. So I'm going to end it here. I'll sit on it. If I do any, if I think I'm going to do any major things, then maybe I'll stream, but I think that's it. Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. Just a little bit of insight of my painting techniques with this. I started with this, just to recap, I started blocking everything in upside down, then I flipped it over and then began working out, fleshing things out. So you guys have a wonderful night, happy painting, and I will see you guys to a predetermined time to be announced later. Have a great night, and I will see you later.